I'd like to welcome everybody to another session of BR35 University. My name is Steve Hoffman, VP of Global Operations. Today's topic is business plan. It's very important, especially if somebody is new, you're new, or you're building a team to understand how this all works. We're going to talk about as well terminology as well for some of the newer people watching this. And we'll explain our concept. So all this is going to be covered in this presentation. So let's get started with the business plan. There's different ways to market. One way is to market online. Then we have long distance. You may recall that person there. And the best way is local. Okay, and there's an order of success. Usually local is number one. That means building your team on a local level here. And hold on just 1 second here. I got to mute somebody here. Hold on 1 second. Okay, sorry about that, folks. There was some background noise here too. I had to try to eliminate as well. So local is the best. Local are the people that you can invite to your house, your friends, your family, to do a live demonstration. Long distance, you're losing that effect. And online, that's totally cold. You don't even know who these people are most of the time. So you want to avoid the long distance and the online and focus on the local. That will make a world of difference. You won't need as many people as well. That also helps when you're building a business because time is important. So let's look at this. Hold on a second here. Need to get rid of this. Learn and practice the demo. And I can't stress that enough. I know you're going to be nervous, but you need to watch a demo a few times. Watch somebody else do it. Watch some of our videos that we have so you can get it down. You can practice with yourself without going through the process with the water and everything, just to get it down so you know what to say. If you're nervous, don't worry about it. People don't know if you're making a mistake. They haven't seen this or heard this before. Have fun with it. Go slow. I can't stress. Don't rush through a demo. Take your time. Watch the reaction of the people that you're talking to. Get them involved. But go slow. This is one thing you want to do slow and not fast. Fast would be really killing it. So you don't want to do that. Review the demo instructions found at our BR35 University. Everything is there. So you can do step by step. You can add to it. This just keeps you on track so you don't leave any of the important information out, as well as details and items that you need to do a good demo. Practice on the people you are most comfortable with. These are like some people tell me, well, I don't like to speak in front of people. Well, you speak in front of your friends all the time. So you're more comfortable with that. You don't need to do this with strangers. Our product is so good and our demonstration is so strong and powerful. Keep it to the people that you know. It will also grow faster. You can have fun together doing it. You need to be informative and passionate. Please, everyone, mute your microphone. I heard some background noise. You need to be informative and passionate. You got to give out the information. You got to talk about all the benefits, everything. You can't mention certain things we'll get into, but show them that you care. Don't be overexcited and scare somebody away. You need to be passionate the way you normally are passionate about something. Reason being, if you're talking to friends and family and they've seen you passionate before, if you're passionate that's a lot different. Again, everybody, please mute your microphones. I hear background noise. Okay, let me see if I can find out who it is. Everyone mute your microphone. Okay. All right. Seems like everybody's muted. There's one person that's not muted that I don't see. And it's very noisy. Oh, I think I found it. There's a few people that are not muted. Okay, I got them. Okay, sorry about those watching the recording, but I want to get that background noise out. So your friends, your family members, they know when you're passionate. So be at that same level. If you're over passionate, that may bring up some red flags. You can be a little over passionate to make it more, I guess, get more attention than you normally would. But at the same time, if you provide the information and passion, it should balance it off. Don't mention the name of our competitor. Refer to their product as brand X. Now, I know BR35 has a video that says brand A. They didn't consult me first. A usually means good, and anything you think of. When you go to school, you get an A, right? They hear the term A-OK. A is fine. No, brand X is the common terminology for a competitor's product. So again, that video did not go through me. I would have not approved. Just one little thing like that psychologically can make a difference. Technically, when doing a demo, you are performing. Maybe that's one of the reasons I love it, because I'm a musician. I like to perform. I don't get stage fright, anything like that. Okay, someone just came on. Please mute your microphone. Please mute your microphone. Okay, let me go do that. All right. There's still more people coming on and muting. Again, those watching the recording, sorry for that, but I got to make sure the background noise is gone. So you're performing. Whether you like performing with music, acting, whatever it may be, singing, it's up to you, even public speaking. We're dealing with small groups here. We should not do demonstrations for large groups. And that's unusual in this industry. They try to tell everybody, fill the room, get, 100, 200 people there. You cannot do a good demo. And I found out the hard way. I did a demo for 110 people about a year and a half ago. And it was terrible. Why? Because the people weren't paying attention. They were talking to each other. When one starts talking, they all start talking. It's hard to control the crowd, even when you tell them. There were lots of kids there, probably about 10 kids out of the 110. They were running around, and the parents weren't controlling them, which they need to do, or just don't bring them. And they all didn't come up and see the table where I was doing the demonstration. So technically, they were just wasting their time. I prefer to keep it to smaller, intimate groups. Again, we don't need a lot of people. And if we do the process of duplication, your team is doing what you're doing, and their team is doing what they're doing. We pass it down. 5, 10, 15, the maximum I would say is 20 new people. So you can have some distributors there, but no more than 20 new people. And that's even pushing it. But if you had 4 people and they each bring 5, that's fine. But you got to limit yourself on that. And you normally don't hear that in this industry, but that's the way our product works. You have to set up your business plan towards your product, not like any other network marketing company. And that's probably one of the more important things I'm going to talk about. We are not another network marketing company because our product shows results instantly. And we want that. We want people to see and get their instant reaction to the power of our demo. Get familiar with products. We have 2 products basically that we're pushing right now on a global level. Pure Essence is one of them. Learn each of the 8 layers and their purpose. That doesn't take a lot of time. We have it in our presentations, and it's also on the package. But usually in the training, we break it down a little bit more than what's written on the package. What are the benefits? Okay, what are the benefits of Pure Essence? Do you know the benefits? You have to be clear about it, and you must be compliant with the benefits. You can't say things that it doesn't do. Okay, that's real important. Learn the power of negative ions. And people are asking me, I'm getting a lot of questions lately about negative ions, what they do, how they work, all kinds of questions. And that's good. because the more questions you ask, the more you know about it. And I did a lot of my research in getting the answers to help people understand the power of negative ions. We do have a demo. Do you know that demo for the power of negative ions? Or can you show the video? That's also on Facebook. So that's what I do. I captured the video and I did it that way. And I just show it with a projector. We cannot say cure. The correct word is prevention. I've heard people, in other countries, some just coming out and saying, oh, it can cure this. If your customer says that, they say the word cure, that's them. But if you're a distributor, you can't say cure. Okay? If your customer writes it down in a testimonial, that's them. That's fine. We cannot promote it as cures. Has it cured? Well, this is only inside information here only. I'm hearing reports from many people that there have been cures for some things as well, or getting rid of it. Like I had arthritis in my knees. Did it cure it? It controlled the inflammation that prevented it from happening. I don't know if that's called a cure or not. People getting rid of pain, is that a cure? Menstrual cramps, is that a cure? It's a gray area. So we just have to say, help us prevent it. And I get so many testimonials now. And that's important that we also need to get as many. We'll talk about that as well. Disclaimer, any kind of advertising or marketing you do about Pure Essence must have it exactly worded like this. Pure Essence is not a medicinal drug and should not be used to treat symptoms of any disease. You'll see it in the flyers that I create. You can order flyers through the printer if you're in the US, Canada, or Puerto Rico, and we may be expanding into other countries. And I will have a flyer coming out for people that are watching this now live. It will be coming out soon, maybe later today. Those of you that are watching the recording, it's already been out, and it's for those 3 countries right now. We have lots of printing material. It must contain this disclaimer. Collect testimonials. Have your customer write it down. Okay, maybe your customer is a distributor, which is fine. Have them write it down. Keep a portfolio of your testimonials. If you have a website, make sure it's approved by corporate or by me, because I'll be approving the websites. If you're going to make an ad or you're going to create a flyer, I need to see it. We're giving you enough to work with already. This next slide is pretty much a copycat of the last slide I just showed you. My Pure Baby, same thing. Learn, but there's 6 sections to My Pure Baby, which is on one of the training videos. Learn the sections that you need to know and the benefits for each section, because there are benefits. What does the acquisition distribution layer do? It's the AQL. What does that really do? A lot of people, well, they know it's there. What it does, it spreads the urine out evenly, so it doesn't bunch up before it gets to the polymer gel. So it spreads it out, which makes the top layer, the cotton layer, dry faster. So these are things that you need to know, not just what it is, but what it does. So again, the benefits of each of the 6 sections, and they call them sections, not layers. I said layers for a second, but it's actually 6 sections. Learn the power of negative ions. We touched on that again, but it's related to this, which is now a benefit is prevents diaper rash as well. Okay? We cannot say cure. Doesn't cure diaper rash. It prevents diaper rash. It doesn't cure bacteria. It helps prevent bacteria. Same disclaimer, except for Pure Essence, you're putting My Pure Baby. Same exact thing. And collect testimonials. This is a different product. You need to have different testimonials for that. Calendar. Okay, somebody's talking in the background here. Please mute your microphone. I need to find out who's not muted. Those watching the recording, sorry about that again, but need to do that. Okay. All right. The calendar, I think, is very critical to your business. Let's break that down. This is for somebody that's new, but this is for those of you that are sponsoring somebody new. The calendar, you need a calendar for you, and you need a calendar for your directs. Your directs will need a calendar for their directs. When I'm speaking calendar, we're working one level deep, plus yourself. So let's look at this. Week 1, you're new, you just started. Are you going to do anything? Do you know that most people in this industry, and I can almost put it at 95%, do absolutely nothing their first week after registering? About 95%. It could be higher than that. But not just what you're going to do week 1. If you sponsor me today, you need to know what I'm going to do week 1. So this is going to be a big change. We need to work with those that we sponsor and get their schedule for week 1. People are used to having a boss. That's the way it is at their job. So for the first month, we may have to pretend to be a boss. As much as I don't like it, but you'll have your team will have a better chance to succeed. We have to slowly change their business environment from a job to a business. Then we go into week 2, week 3, week 4. These are demo appointments. By the end of the first month, they should have all their directs in place. And some of the people they've sponsored should have most, or if not all, their directs in place. You want to do this fast. If you put things off, you lose the spark. It's just the way it is. You got to act now. Don't procrastinate. And I know it's hard for people to do that. Really, it is. That's why most people are not successful in business. Even traditional business has about a 15% success rate. I've seen huge franchises, very successful, go out of business because the franchise owner didn't have a plan. Got to have a plan. Then what happens month number 2? Well, month number 2, if you're all done, now you're working with your directs and 1 level deep, if not 2 levels deep. And month 3, you go deeper. You're developing a 90-day plan. A business plan, when you're new to a business and you're still learning it yourself, doesn't need to be a 3 to 5 year business plan. Let's get past the first 90 days first, because if you build it strong in the first 90 days, you don't have to worry about the 3 to 5 years. It takes off by itself. But all the people that you are sponsoring need to do the same thing. This is where a lot of people mess up in this industry, right here with this calendar. I know before the computers came out, we used to use a day timer. Well, you know what? I find that sometimes a day timer, or they call it sometimes a day runner, it's also good to write it down. Instead of just using a computer calendar or a phone calendar, write it down. Have your book with you and set your schedule. Just depends what you're most comfortable with. But I find out writing it down, you can take notes when you're on the appointment. It's really helpful. It's a day timer or day runner. You can get it at office supply stores. Depending on what country you're in, it may be a little different. Business plan, 10 or less. The goal is to start with 3 to 5 directs your first month. But it says 10 or less. Why above does it say 10 or less and I only need 3 to 5? Well, first of all, you need to know who these people are going to be. And are your first 3 to 5 going to be your first 3 to 5? Maybe some of those aren't focused. And they register excited. They got that spark. 1 week goes by, nothing. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Well, they're not one of the 3 to 5 anymore, are they? They kicked themselves out of it. So usually we'll take 10 if you can do it right. to get 3 to 5. Could it take more than 10? That's up to you. How focused you are, how serious you are with your calendar and getting everybody on a game plan. And who should the people be? The people you know, because those are the ones you can interact with on a regular basis. Again, we don't need hundreds of people for this. A lot of programs, I would go crazy. I would have to sponsor in the past, 50, 75, 100, even 200 people my first year to get 5 people. It's because they didn't have a powerful demo with instant results. Pure Essence makes our program so much easier. I hope you realize that. Identify who's serious of the people you're talking to, the 10 or less. Find out who's really serious. Ask them what their plan is. Ask them, they're ready to start now. If they're not, then they're not in the 3 to 5. You got to put them into the next category. If you can't change your people, change your people. That's a saying I came up and I keep repeating. Came up with this in 1993 because of the mistake I made by trying to change people that weren't focused to being focused, where I should have been concentrating on the people that were focused, that wanted to build. I was doing it wrong. But you know what? You learn a lesson from doing it wrong. Wrong is not failure. Wrong doesn't mean you need to quit. Wrong means you need to correct. That's all. You correct the wrong. It's good to be wrong, because if you're never wrong, you're going to be hard to figure out what's correct. So working deep, what do we mean by that? For people that are new in the industry, that don't understand the terminology, you want to start learning the terminology. Okay, so we need to learn the terminology. Your direct is level 1. Okay, their direct is level 2. You're working deep, and you'll see we're going to go through this on this slide. So working deep means going down line. Okay, there's terminology that we're going to get to. The business plan should apply to everyone on your team. So everyone needs to commit to this from all the things that we're discussing, not just you, because we're only as good as our team. You are the foundation. If you're building a house, you have a foundation. But if you have nothing else, you can't complete the house. In this industry, you're the foundation. If you can't find anybody else, you can't complete your business. Same principle. All distributors on your team must do live demos. They don't have to do it for a crowd. It could be 1 or 2 people. If they do 5 demos in 2 weeks, they may get 2 to 3 people, and possibly all 5, just depending on who they're talking to and how good they are. Practice makes perfect. The more demos you do, the more comfortable you're going to be, the less nervous you're going to be. And it's like driving. First time you drive a car, a lot of people are nervous and shaking. But after you're driving for a while, it's like second nature. That's what a demo is like. How going deep should work. It's called the process of duplication. You sponsor me, okay? That's 1 level deep. I sponsor somebody, that's 2 levels deep. They sponsor another person, that's 3 levels deep. So you're focused on your directs. Now you can help those below you sponsor people to build up your levels going down. And you'll see that in a moment. Keywords here in terminology is sponsor. The person that introduced you to BR35 is your sponsor. They have a sponsor as well. That's their upline, and it's also your upline. In fact, everybody above you is an upline, okay? All the way to the top. That's upline. Directs are the people that you sponsor personally. And downline are your directs plus everybody they sponsor, infinite levels deep. Because some of our rewards pay infinite levels deep, not 6, 7, 8, or 9, or 10. We do have one reward that does pay up to 10 levels, but we have one that's infinite. So downline is very important in our program. So this is you in the business. Okay, you bring in direct 1, you bring in direct number 2, You bring in direct number 3. You go, wait a minute, Steve. That's 3 directs. This is a binary. Well, it's also a unilevel, which we'll talk about coming up. You have technically 2 business structures in one platform, which is also unique compared to many other companies out there and opportunities. In the unilevel side, you can have as many directs as you want on your first level. Don't do more than you can handle. You want everyone to have a fair chance to succeed. So that's your level 1 on the unilevel. You can have 3, 4, 5, just showing you how this works. Now, what happens if this was a binary? Well, you'd bring 1 on the left, 2 on the right, and 3 would go below 1 or 2. There's still your direct in the unilevel. There's still your direct in the binary. The binary technically has no levels. People always say it pays infinite levels deep on no, the binary has no levels. It's just infinite. It's team building. So 3 would go below 1 or 2. They're not on your second level. They're on your first level, but they're down in the binary. So I want people to understand that when they try to explain a binary. So your directs will bring in their directs. Your directs are level 2. So if I'm your direct and I bring in somebody, that's level 2. If level 2 brings in somebody, that's level 3. And can you imagine this going deep? And each one of these people on your screen here bring in 3 to 5 people, 6 or 7 people. Your business will grow so fast. Follow up. Okay, let's continue. This is where a lot of people really get lost. And it's one of the most critical parts of your business. Local and long distance. How are you going to do that? Local is much easier, right? Not only can you call them, you can meet with them. That's another advantage. Long distance, guess what? You got to call them. That's the only option that you have is to call. Teammates. Those are people that are on your team, distributors. You need to treat them differently than customers. How are you going to follow up with your teammates and how are you going to follow up with your customers? You also need to say different things. With teammates, you're going to be focused on business and maybe even getting testimonials from their people. Customers, it's going to be purchases. How is the product getting? Testimonials from customers is important. Also, referrals. Who needs to see this? Some people may not want to do the business. Some customers may sign up to get into the business, to get a discount in product, and to refer a few people. They don't want to refer a lot, they'll refer a few. So they can get a discount, maybe get their product for free. But how are you going to approach these individuals? With your team, you need to develop your plan. Please, everybody, please, background noise. Somebody's talking. Please respect others. I've asked everybody to mute. Let me see who that, I can't find out who it is now. Please mute your microphones, okay? Looks like everybody's muted now. Okay, we need to respect everybody on the recording. Okay, so follow-up, frequency of follow-up means how many times you're going to follow up with them. Is it weekly, bi-weekly, monthly? Somebody new? Probably daily. Hey, you heard that right, daily, because we got to get their schedule full. We'll talk about that as well. So this is extremely important, the frequency of your follow-up. And again, these are the little things that make you succeed. How do you follow up? Is it a phone call? Is it an email? Is it Facebook? Through messaging? You need to set it up with the people you're talking to, what they prefer. I'll tell you, phone call is the best, or even meeting them in person could be a key, especially with teammates. With customers, a phone call is fine. Maintaining focus. Oh my. This is one of the hardest things to do. This is where more than 95% of the people fail in this industry. Focus. I like to use the example of a camera that's out of focus. Nobody wants to really look at the picture. Well, if you're out of focus, nobody really wants to follow you. You're just like that picture. You've just added a new business to your schedule and need to make time for it. How are you going to schedule that time? This is a whole new, what are you going to give up? You know, the first few years, I gave up something that I really loved and I was almost addicted to. It was football, American football. I was watching it internationally. Football. I would watch college football. I'd watch professional football. It was on so many days, and they kept adding days. Sunday night football, Monday night football, Thursday night football. Now they have Friday night football, college game day on Saturday. There was no time, and I thought I was busy. That's where people really make the mistake. They think they're busy, and they're not busy. How much time do you need? That's something you need to figure out. What do you need depending on how fast you want to grow? Each day you need a reminder or reminders you're now a business owner. You're the CEO of your business. There are no bosses to order you around. You are the boss. You need to really take it that way and run with it. Hopefully your sponsor is focused. They better be focused. And sometimes you need to call them. If not, find out who's the upline is. Work with the upline. I've had to do that many times in this industry. Somebody sponsors me and they disappear. They run in and jump in to do something else. They change their excitement and spark every time they see a presentation, and none of it works. Can't do it that way. You need to give business time. Stay active. Your attitude. Do you have the right attitude for business? Think about that. What is your attitude? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it lazy? What is your activity like? How many people did you speak to, not just this week, but today? Think about how many women you walk by every day that are having a period. Even your friends or family. And you don't say anything to them. Some of you haven't even talked to your friends or family yet, and you've been doing this for months. That should be an issue there. The same goes for your team. Keep them active. If you're not active, they're not going to be active. They're following you. They're watching you. A lot of them are going to do what you do. How will you deal with rejection? Hey, rejection is nothing. They say no, they're saying no to themselves, or maybe not now. What does your week look like? Is it full? Is it empty? Is it watching TV? What is it like? You need to adjust your schedule there each week. Communicate with your team, email, phone, and phone book. That's part of following up. That's also part of motivation, which is also critical and key. Marketing your business. We have a hot market, which are your family and very close friends. Your warm market is your friends, good friends, and acquaintances. Cold market, people you don't know, avoid it. It makes your opportunity much harder to do. If you're going to advertise, where and how. I don't think you really need too much of that. Maybe passing out some flyers, some business cards, little things to people that you know. Stick with that hot and warm market. Financial plan, a lot of people forget about this. Is there anything you need to purchase for your business? What is it? How much is it going to cost? Do you have a budget for it? What percentage of your business income will you reinvest? Is it 5%, 10%? If you have a job already, you could invest 50% of what you make back into your business. And the other 50%, hey, we could do other things with it, like maybe save money. Put it into savings somewhere. Find a great place to save because you need to know where to save. Do not pay for others that want to get started, okay? Do not pay for others. If I have no money, guess what? I've seen people make this mistake. They're not going to do anything. You just threw away your money. It doesn't cost a lot to get started with us. You know, $47 in the US, $47, $57 outside. That's not the way you're going to build a big business. You need to have a better package than that, but it does get you started. People can go to a pawn shop and sell something. I've actually done that before, but don't pay for anyone. Compensation plan, learn our comp plan as best you can. There'll be tools for that. Pure Essence drives our comp plan. We're one of the only programs out there where the product is featured as part of the comp plan because it makes such a big difference. It makes it easier. A great comp plan needs a great product. So people ask, what's your comp plan? I said, well, Pure Essence, our product is part of it because the demo is so strong, people want to sign up, which helps you with your comp plan. We have both a unilevel and a binary we talked about. What's the difference? We're going to get to that in a moment. Why does BR35 do this? Because some people like unilevel, some people like binary. We attract both. And if they see the right kind of binary, they say, oh, wow, this is good. Or they see the right kind of unilevel, say this is good. It attracts your and creates a larger target market. We have 5 rewards with unlimited ways to earn. Almost out of time here, so I got to go quick. Binary, this is you. On top of your binary, you have a left side and you have a right side. People will come in. They could be your directs right there. And then they can bring in their teams below you, or you can put these people in, or any of these 7 positions, all of these 7 positions can be you. And the more positions you have, the more binaries you have, the more product you have, the more income potential. With the unilevel, this is you. This is your first level. These are all your directs. If I'm sponsored by you, I'm in that level. Then you have your second level, not filled yet, it's growing, and those are your directs. And then the people on your second level will bring in your third level. So everybody in the unilevel works one level deeper with their sponsors. They go direct to them. That's the difference between a binary and a unilevel. You've been watching our business plan. I hope you find this helpful. We went through it. I know some of it was a little quick toward the end, but again, we have a time limit here. So hopefully you learned something out of this. You want to share this with your team. Make sure your team is doing this. Those that are you are live, don't go away.